Namaskar. What is it going to be? Is TikTok? I hope you can hear me. Hang on a second. Let me double check. Check. Okay, looks fine. I hope you all can hear me fine. Well, is TikTok going to be a wholly owned American company, or is it going to be a split company with some people in America and the ByteDance company, which is based out of, if I remember correctly, somewhere in the Bahamas or something like that? Is it going to be a split ownership? All these things and more in this quick slide deck. A small request to all of you to first like this video, and if you have not already subscribed to our channel, do subscribe to our channel. Where did all this begin? Well, the FCC chair during Biden administration had determined that the people who were using TikTok, all the users, their personal information was being siphoned off into various servers unknown to, it's in multiple countries, and that meant that your data could be used to harvest information about you and to perhaps even use it against you in case you have some secrets. So this was a big concern that the FCC communications chair had mentioned, and he had written to both Android as well as to Apple, telling those two mobile platforms to not put TikTok app for download. But then both of them ignored it. But the thing started escalating thanks to a site like PGurus were saying that, look, TikTok should be banned if it is leaking data. And a lot of stuff happened. And then Biden administration finally said, look, if we stop this, then we might lose the youth vote. And therefore, they tried to kick the ball down the road, kick the can down the road. And in doing so, they said, okay, they gave a date after the elections to determine should TikTok continue or not. Then, of course, the regime changed. Now you have Trump, and Trump came in and he said, okay, well, TikTok doesn't have to go as long as it relinquishes its ownership. And he said that he had a deal in mind. This was many months ago, but the thing has been again kicking down the ground, kicking the can down the ground again and again. And finally, on September 17th, that is tomorrow, is the latest deadline, and looks like there is some agreement in place. What is the agreement? All that stuff and more, and a small request to like this video, and I'm going to share with you a slide deck. Here we go. What is the framework deal? What is the framework deal? A framework deal is sort of like an agreement or a pre-agreement agreement, if you will. Secretary Treasury Scott Bessent confirmed that a framework agreement has been reached between Trump admin and China to allow TikTok, owned by ByteDance, to continue operating in the US, avoiding a potential nationwide ban. This comes after years of negotiations dating back to Trump's first term as president. So this is something that did not see the light of day, but looks like there were negotiations going on. Why is it so important? I think China sees TikTok as its most successful software product, and it hurts its ego to see that it is going to be limited, or it has to let go of ownership of TikTok in the most powerful democracy, which is United States. On Friday, we are doing this thing on Monday. In coming 4 days' time, President Xi Jinping and Trump are going to talk. Among many other things, they're going to also discuss about TikTok. The conversation will serve to finalize the framework before a Trump-Xi bilateral meeting that both sides have been pushing for months. US officials say this framework is a precursor to a broader US-China agreement that might happen on trade and tech issues. Now, NVIDIA is facing some problems in China, just as they were trying to see if they could somehow pay a certain amount of tax on or tariffs on products sold in China. Looks like China now does not want NVIDIA product. This could be posturing, of course. We'll have to wait and see. So who are the people who might be in the line to buy TikTok? Well, three names are being mentioned. Elon Musk, then you have Larry Ellison of Oracle, and a YouTube channel personality called Mr. Beast. And all three want to buy it, and I think the price is quite steep. and whether you can get in your money's worth for that, I don't know. Perhaps YouTube or Google might also throw in its hat, but they may say that that becomes monopolistic, so they may not allow that. And for the same reason, I think Meta is not there. And X is an interesting question. X is also having a video streaming platform. We'll see how it goes. So these are the three what I would call claimants to buying this. Now, what is the reason that they are doing it now? They are trying to, instead of completely shutting it down like India did, they want to have a controlled engagement with China. Now, this deal will keep TikTok operational while addressing security risks. By the way, viewers, ByteDance had moved their servers to Oracle and said that, well, now there is no leak, or there is no way, because Oracle servers are in the United States. Now, this is also up for debate. We don't know. Oracle could be having servers outside, but one of the conditions that is being levied in this deal is that whoever owns TikTok afterwards will have to make sure that the data is geographically located in the United States and that no leakage will take place. Well, we know that even wholly owned companies like Apple and Amazon had a lot of leaks in the past. So these are all things that are up in the air. You never can tell which one is going to happen and which one is not going to happen. But what happens for China is that this will be a boost for Xi Jinping, and he can say, oh, look, we prevailed. TikTok is going to continue to operate in the United States. Actually, I think it's a good thing, because I would like to see good, healthy competition. YouTube needs to have a good competitor. But for content creators such as myself, there are different formats for putting the video, and that poses a challenge. So for example, for TikTok and for Instagram and of course Shorts in Facebook, all these like to have portrait mode. And same thing for YouTube also. For Shorts, they like it in portrait mode. And for longs, which is what YouTube defines, anything beyond 3 minutes, they like it in landscape mode. And you can also stream landscape in Facebook, but not on Instagram or on TikTok. As far as I know, I think these things prefer the portrait mode format. Be that as it may, this is an interesting situation, and I think finally it is coming to a closure. But it also tells you the power youth have. The whole reason for United States to soft pedal on TikTok is that if they do that, they will lose the youth vote. And that to me is significant, that both the Biden administration as well as the Trump administration are worried that something like that could take away the youth vote. Well, we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. I have a couple of questions here. Or actually, one question reworded. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 wants to know, what does it say about the current administration, where in India the Ukrainian woman death was mourned heavily, but Chandra Girimallaya death was barely acknowledged? Well, I think it's now becoming more popular in the sense that it's reaching more people. Trump has acknowledged it. Ro Khanna did it a few days before Trump. And it's very unfortunate, viewers, that somehow we, that is Indian Americans, don't have a good, effective voice in the United States. I mean, I can only do so much, but my reach is limited, and I'm trying to see if I can get onto the other platforms also. It requires a lot of work, and we are up to it. We'll see how it goes. We are going to try and do that thing, and maybe we'll be able to broadcast on all the channels also. That's all I have. This was an update that I wanted to share with all of you. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.